I talked to Connie earlier and wanted to have him bring some water. And I have water that has been sent and also that I've gathered in my journeys all over the world. I talk to that water. I thank it when I open my fridge, when I mix it all together and say, now, you can hear me, and I'm going to take you with me, and you're going to make good medicine wherever I take you. So I want people to talk to you, and I want people to thank you, and I want people to look inside their body and say, God bless you, water. Without you, I die. And so I teach that to you, water babies, all over the globe. So it's a precious thing, water. And I always thank it. And so when it's storming in the winter, don't say the weather's bad. Remember, 75% of your body is listening. So if you say weather's bad, it can hear you. And so many times when I have done things and ceremonies and it starts to rain and people come and say, Grandma, you better move the cloud people over a little bit. So I do some tobacco and then I talk to the cloud people. Got things to do down here today. You're going to just get everybody wet, and I don't want somebody getting sick, especially the little ones. And so move over for a while. Lo and behold, water can hear me, and it kind of stops. And so I know that water can hear. And how many of you have met Dr. Emerson Moto? Hey, quite a guy, quite a man, what he has done for the world. And he wanted to know, when I met him in Ashland, Oregon, quite a few years ago, how did I know water could hear? And because he had proven it. And I said, through the spirit world, I already was a voice for water, telling people about being water babies and how that you need to talk to the water when you wash your hands and cook and wash your clothes, water your lawn, brush your toilet. You know, whatever you use water, to thank it. Without it, we cannot live. Only, and everything that, the green of our Mother Earth also. It has to have water so that we can breathe. I always say, when the tree breathes, I breathe. Can you think it that way? When a tree breathes, we all breathe. So I know that it's got to rain so that the green will stay green and the trees, the one-leggeds, will give us the air that we need. So I am that voice for the voiceless, for the grandmother fire that heats us and matches up with the fire inside of us. And so I always thank the Creator. And the land here, the ancient ones, I hope that they're walking around the unseen amongst us here, because I know they cared about this beautiful land here also. And so we all have a job, and we're all doing a great thing, and it's taking it from the little kids on up. I teach in schools, the children, you know, about animal life, about what they can do, what their jobs will be. They're going to be doing what I'm doing, being the voice. How many of you have learned to thank the water for your life? How many of you do it every day? I don't know about those hands that aren't up. Because I'm going to have them put some water from this land, and then I got some water that I've gathered from all over the globe, and they've even sent me for one from the river in India. And they had it in a small bottle inside of a box, and that box was inside of another box, and that box was inside of the third box. But it got to me just fine. And then they sent me water from Panama, and they sent me water from England, and I have them from all over the big oceans around the globe. And I want you to touch it after a while. I want you to talk to the water. I want you to say, forgive me. I haven't thanked you for my life. Forgive me as I touch you and bless you and thank you for what you do for us as human beings to live on this earth. So we have a job. And I think of responsibilities like people. How many of you got watersheds where you live? Watershed people? I just really thank those people because they too carry on the unfinished job of my ancient people. And yes, I am the last living that we know, the oldest person of the Tequila Indians that lived in Southern Oregon, like I said, for 22,000 years. And I'm also, they were all marched out of Southern Oregon, clear up north, inland from Newport, Oregon, to a place called Siletz. They joined with the Siletz Indians, the Trail of Tears, from Southern Oregon up to there. And then they elected my grandfather the chief for the people. And that was a long time ago. But I feel very honored, too, to represent the Confederated Tribes of Siletz. When the old ones got there was about 29 bands altogether. And they all had to learn the Chinook jargon so they could communicate. And so my grandfather learned that language. And so to be here today from that existence, and I feel very honored that I say the right words, that my ancient ones can hear me speaking the truth for them. And so I feel very great about the work that the Creator has put on my shoulders, to be the chairperson of the 13 International Grandmothers that came together October 11th, 2004 in a place called Benicia, New York, and then inland to Menlo Park, where His Holiness, the monks and the lamas go for their retreats. And so we've been going to each other's place every 6 months. And I had the 6th one on the ocean in Lincoln City, Oregon. And that was our first gathering ever to be on the water. It was so spiritual, it was so great. And then we went to Japan. We went to Mauna Palaka down in the Hopi Land in Arizona. And then we went to Japan for the 8th one. And then to Anchorage, Alaska with our grandmother, Rita Blumenstein. And then the 10th was with Maria Lishi in Brazil. Do you folks know her? Maria Lishi? All right. And quite a girl. It was really nice being with them down there. And so the grandmothers now have been circling the globe for some time until we finally grew up. We're 10 years old now. And to 2004, no, 7 years old now. And so we're not a baby group anymore. And so we travel all over doing what we can to encourage women and empower women and grandparents. Because the grandparents are the wisdom keeper of your people and your family. And I always say, just because you get gray-headed, don't let your kids put you out to pasture. You know, you got a lot of knowledge, and you've been through a lot of things to be able to hand down your knowledge to your children. And I'm very happy to be able to sit here, the Creator let me live out 5 generations.
For more information on the next Star Knowledge Conference, call Alan at 818-661-7437 or go to starknowledgeconference.com.